Welcome to the Draft Brewery. Dr. Chris Baker, DC here. Just wanted to give a quick update on the Radkos grind deck and the tournament analysis today at SPDC 30.08. So, it's basically the same deck that I ran 2 weeks ago. The main deck hasn't changed a card, and the sideboard has changed a little bit. There's been less token decks running around, so I cut one of these Scouring Sands, and also I had 2 Debilitating Injury in the sideboard, mainly to kill Nantuko Husk. But I was finding instant speed removal and cheap removal, the cheaper the better, to be super necessary, especially against Heroic. Not that many people play Heroic right now, or just aggro decks, but instant versus sorcery speed removal I think is insanely important. So cutting 1 Sands and 2 Debilitating Injury gave me room for the 3 Fiery Impulse, which can be basically Shock or Lightning Bolt for the creatures. Barrage still feels good, helps against tokens, but in concert with Gurmag Angler lets us beat down without them blocking. Magma Spray still insanely important at killing usually a lot of black creatures with dice triggers or any other heroic or aggro deck. Butcher's Glee is basically for the Gurmag Angler mirror, so that yours survives, you gain 8 life and theirs dies. It's not the best. It's not to be used as like a God's Willing effect to protect against removal, since your creature, you want your creature to be dealing combat damage so you can gain life. 1 Eternal Thirst. Again, his repetitive life gain usually comes in with this removal package here. Pretty sick to like play Gurmag Angler and then play a Scouring Sands, killing a bunch of creatures. Really puts the game away where you can gain a lot of life and a couple duress against control. Yeah, so again, the deck from in the main is kind of suited to play against control decks to start. Since we don't really have much removal other than these lightning strikes and ways to interact, we're really just looking to present a bunch of threats, draw a lot of cards, and 2 for 1, 2 for 1, 2 for 1, play 2 spells in 1 turn, utilizing Delve mechanic, and use our graveyard as much as possible. One thing to keep in mind here is that we might in the future want to be using cards like Font of Return, or Dutiful Attendant or something to get creatures back from the graveyard. But right now I like just using the graveyard as a mana resource and nothing else. Seems to be working out just fine. Okay, so we're just going to hop right into the first game here since the deck is not that new. Okay, round 1, we are playing against Magnus, who I have not played before, so I don't know their tendencies. Good luck, have fun. So this hand seems keepable. Got all of our colors. Play the dual land first. Duress is my tormenting voice. He could have taken Flurry of Horns, but he's just guaranteeing that I'm not going to have much action to do in the beginning of the game here, but no real follow-up for him. So I guess I just crack for my swamp. Draw a 3-drop, which is pretty good. It looks like he's playing Jund. Haven't seen too many Jund decks. So I'm assuming just a lot of removal and maybe some green creatures. So we get the turn 4 3/3 flyer. 4 mana 3/3 flyer is not bad. Hardened Berserker. Interesting. So here I have the options of playing Flurry of Horns or Lightning Striking this guy. I think I just play Flurry of Horns and attack with everything, since he can't block anything profitably and it uses my mana the most. I don't really want to Vulture saving away anything. So I figure, okay, he does. He trades. I figure he might not trade so that he can play some creature next turn, but yeah, he's only got a 2/3. So he could have a pump spell, in which case I should, if I want to attack with my 2/1 on the ground, then I should just lead with this Lightning Strike, so I do. And he dies, so I'm fine with this. And then I play my Aven. And I don't need to sack anything, but I sack my 2/1. Drawing lands, so not the best, but doesn't matter. Sideboard against, I saw 3 cards. Probably going to bring in Fiery Impulse. Probably Fiery Impulse, Magma Spray, and Butcher's Glee. I think he's like a Jund, probably. I would imagine Gurmag Angler, Stampeding Elkherd, Hooting Mandrills. I imagine kind of like the green-red deck, but probably just splashing black. But black seems to be a main color, so maybe it's a lot of black removal. I don't know. Well, this hand's fine. I like these hands. It's like a 21 land deck, but like Tormenting Voice means you just get to keep these land heavy hands, and it just doesn't matter. Let's play Swamp. He's got some dual lands. We get to Voice. I'm pretty sure I'm going to discard this land. Yep, because I hit another land anyway. Didn't hit the Swamp though. He's got to read the bones. Okay, so. Ooh, triple Scavenger. Well, I can't really get the Scavenger in my hand fast enough. And I want these lands. Usually with this deck, you want to hit at least your first 5 land drops. So I'm not convinced that discarding this land is good. So I think because I can't play all these Scavengers, I'm going to discard this Scavenger. Yep, so discard Scavenger. There we go. That obviously misplayed, because I should have just Tormenting Voice first and then played my tap land that I drew. So I had a mana that went wasted that turn. Hardened Berserker. Well, I've got 2 Lightning Strikes now, so I can actually play Lightning Strike, kill your guy. Play Sultai Scavenger for 1 mana, and play my tap land. So again, pretty efficient turn, and this allows me to play Flurry of Horns by having an untapped 5th land. Flurry of Horns is not that good against this 2/3, so I figure I should just Lightning Strike it. I guess I'll lead with Sign of Blood first, see if my plan changes. And it does not. So I guess I just I guess I don't need to Lightning Strike it right now. Okay, I guess I do. Just in case he has a pump spell, he doesn't blow me out on his turn. 4/2, trample. Formidable first strike. Okay, drawing a few too many lands now. But evasion's pretty good, so if we can just play our Flurry and beat down, it's bad trade for him, you know, it's half of a card. The fact that he takes it's just perfectly fine with me. He is well behind in this race, so yeah, Read the Bones is pretty good for me. Every damage counts. Ooh, Reef Soul's pretty good. So I'm getting flooded out here. Would have been the only opportunity I had was I could have 1 more Sultai Scavenger still in hand and 1 less land in play. Or in hand. Mere battle rage. Alright, good thing I didn't block. So that's 8 damage. Let's see, if he had double Titan Strength to be 16, if he had like double Titan Strength, I'd be dead. But he doesn't. Barrage of Boulders. Kill my 2 1/1s. Duress. Concede. Okay, well. That was round 1. Got there.